Welcome to the Family Fitness Series. This is Crystal. I'm from the YMCA, and we're going to have a really fun workout today with things that you can find all around your house. So I'm going to show you what you need, and if you need to pause the video to go get it, then take your time gathering these things. So you need to have a towel, maybe a paper plate, a roll of toilet paper, and a cup, and then a chair. So go gather all those things, bring it back, and we'll get ready to get started. So when it's time to get started, you could do this by yourself, but it would be a lot more fun if you had a friend or a brother or a sister or a parent that could do it with you, and then you could have fun and make it a little competitive. So when we learn our movements, we're going to do them for 30 seconds, and you can count and see how many you can do, and then your friend or your brother, your sister, your parent can count and see how many they can do. Or if you really like it, you can do it today, and then you can come back and do it another day and see if you did better the next day, if you did a few more. So we're gonna get started now, and it's always important when you do any kind of workout or exercise to warm your body up first. So we're gonna start off just with marching. So as we start to warm up and you have all your things, make sure you have lots of space around so that you're not gonna knock over anything, kick your pet, knock over a vase. You can stay just like this, but if you want to, you can take it to a little jog. So right now, you're feeling your heart rate picking up, your breathing picking up, you're getting a little warmer, your body's feeling prepared. So I want you, as you go through this, always to choose what works for you. I'm gonna give you lots of options. If we wanna change, we can take this to our jumping jack. But if we don't like that, we can take it right here to a little lunge, if we like that better. Let's do a few more. Very good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna plant our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're gonna sit back, just like if we were sitting in a chair. We're gonna do some squats right here, warming our legs up. Keep that heart up, keep looking forward. Very good. Let's do a few more of these. 4 more. Here's 3. Here's 2. And 1. We're gonna do something a little different as we warm up. It's gonna be our last warm-up movement. We're gonna walk down our body. We're gonna walk out, do a little plank. We're gonna step through, sinking into the hips, step back, step through with the other leg, sinking into the hips. Let's do a few more, just like that. Let's do one more on each side. Good job, and then we're gonna walk right back up. Whew, and we're gonna get started, so hopefully you feel warmer now and you feel ready. So as we get ready to get started, the first thing that we're gonna use is gonna be our towel. Now the towel works really well for me because I'm on a hard floor, but if at your house you have carpet, you might find that your paper plate is gonna do a little bit better. So as we do this, I'm gonna time you for 30 seconds. You're gonna do however many you can for 30 seconds. Remember, you're gonna count so that you can see how much better you've gotten at this later on, or you can make it that friendly competition with a friend. If you need to stop during that 30 seconds, that is totally okay. Take a little break and then come back and join us. So I'm gonna start my timer now. You'll work for 30 seconds, and then you'll get a break for 30 seconds. So we're gonna put our weight on one leg and pick the other one up. And then we're gonna put just that toe on our towel or our paper plate, and it should move pretty freely. So now we're gonna push that towel or that paper plate away. And as we do that, the heart's gonna stay up, and the hips are gonna push back, and we're gonna watch this front knee. If it starts to go beyond the toe, then we're gonna draw the hips back a little more. If it starts to cave in, we're gonna press the knee out. So you only have 10 more seconds. I can tell you are doing a super job. Keep it up. I hope you're counting to see how many you've gotten in. Excellent. Okay, so how does that leg feel? We get to do the same thing on the other side. So now we're gonna put all our weight on that leg, and then we're gonna pick up that other foot and put just the toe down on that towel or on that paper plate. And again, it should move really freely. All right, we've got 10 seconds. Don't forget to count. If it's easy, you can pick up your pace. If it's tough, you can take those breaks. Getting ready to start right here, sending it way out. And you know what's great is that your floor right here is gonna be nice and clean. Mom or dad or grandma, they're gonna appreciate that. Very good. You're doing super. You only have 15 more seconds right here. Keep it going. Very good, very good. 5 seconds left, friends. Keep it going. Very good, so we're coming up. We're gonna do another one with that. A little differently this time, but same idea. We'll have our weight on this leg, pick this toe up. It'll be easy to move that towel or that plate around, but this time, we're gonna send that leg way back. So, keeping the weight right here, remembering that this foot is really light, getting ready to start in about 5 seconds. So, as we get going with this, the legs might be talking to you, but we're using big movements and big muscles, so that heart rate is probably picking up too. Probably getting a little bit warmer, even after that warm up. Staying mindful of this knee, not letting it cave in, not letting it go beyond the toe. Keeping count, you've got 10 seconds left. And again, if it's easy, maybe you pick it up. Good. You got it. Taking a break, and we're gonna switch sides. It's gonna be the same thing. As you're going through this and you're thinking, wow, this towel isn't really working for me, or the plate's not, feel free to take it out and just let it be a lunge where you step back. All right, as we get ready, again, we've got our weight on this leg, and our toe is really light. We can freely move that towel around. So we have less than 10 seconds. During any of these breaks, grab some water if you need to. Here we go, sending that leg back. Stay mindful of that knee. Good job. You got it. Pressing the knee out. Big movement, but remembering, we're always free to get rid of that towel or that plate if we need to. Excellent. We have 10 seconds left, friends. Very good, very good. Keeping count. Excellent, taking a break, grabbing some water if we need to. All right, so right here, we're gonna move on to our toilet paper. This next movement is gonna really take the heart rate up. You're gonna have options though. If for some reason you can't find toilet paper, you could use a cup. So as we get ready right here, 5 seconds, you're gonna have an option that'll have a lot of bouncing and one that won't have so much. So we could be right here, tapping our toes on that toilet paper, or we could pick it up. So we could be here, and we're counting, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. But remember, we can take a break. If we need to dial it back, we can come here. Whatever works for us. You might stay there for a minute and be ready to put a little more into it. You're doing super. You've only got 5 seconds left. And we take a break. Very good. So the next one, again, we can use our toilet paper or we can use our cup. We're gonna take it down to a plank position. So when we go into our plank, we can be on our knees or we can be on our toes. We're gonna have that toilet paper or that cup outside of the shoulder, and we're gonna bring it through. And we're gonna continue to alternate. So you decide, knees or toes. Let's set up, let's do it. And don't forget to count. There's 1, there's 2. So whether we are on our toes or on our knees, we're gonna have our toes or our knees pretty far apart. That's gonna make us a little bit more stable so that we don't rock from side to side. So if you're finding that that's happening, just take the feet farther apart. We also wanna make sure the hips are down. Sometimes we let the hips come way up. We're gonna keep them low. Very good. Okay, we're gonna put that toilet paper aside for a moment, and we're gonna come to our chair. We're gonna do some squats right here. So We're gonna position ourselves with that nice base again, feet about hip width apart. And we're gonna push our hips back, like we're gonna sit down, but don't get too comfy. We're just gonna brush that chair and come right back up. So we're gonna get ready to start in 5 seconds. All right, friends, here we go, back to work. So barely touching down and then coming up. Very good. So again, you're gonna think about looking straight ahead, keeping the head up, keeping the heart lifted, keeping the knees pressed out, because sometimes they wanna cave in. Very good. Remember, you're trying to up your score. You're picking up your pace a little bit. Good job, but if you need a break, you can absolutely take one. Good. We got 3 seconds. Very good. So now we're gonna go into a push-up on the chair. And we have lots of options. And really, your chair might not do super on this. So your push-up can of course be on the floor, or you could go to a wall and do a push-up there also. So when we do this, we're gonna just lower down. If we have a really wide chair, our elbows might be farther away. But if we've got a narrow chair like mine, we're gonna keep the elbows in. So as we go through this, think about that straight line, just like we used in our plank. So we're gonna try to make sure too that we're getting nice depth. So maybe coming almost fist distance from that chair. If our arms start to get really tired, maybe we're not getting that same range, we can bring our feet underneath us a little more, or we can go to that option that we use the wall for. Very good. Y'all are doing super. We have one more exercise with our chair. So we're gonna have a seat here. And we're gonna have our hands to the outside, maybe to the front, whatever feels right for us. We're gonna scoot our hips off. We're gonna drop our bottom, but we're gonna keep it close to the chair. So as we go through this, we are gonna be working, especially the back of the arms, a few other places. But you listen to you. If the wrists start to bother you, the shoulders start to bother you, just take a break. So keeping the hips close, we sink right down. Now sometimes when we go into these, we see the shoulders come up right here on the ears. I want you to lift up out of the shoulders, kind of like a turtle coming out of the shell. So we're right here. If we want to make it a little more challenging, we can take the feet farther away. But if that's a lot, we just walk them back in. We've got less than 10 seconds. You are doing great. Hopefully feeling this by now. Very good. So taking a break right here. So you can be done with all the hard work if you want to be. If it was fun and you want to do a little more, you can go back and do it all over again. But it is really important after we work out to stretch. And so we're going to use some of our everyday items to stretch out. So join me for a stretch. We're going to go into our hamstring stretch. So let's take our leg up on that chair. If this doesn't work for us, we could have it on the floor. Either one's fine. Think about keeping that leg long, think about keeping your torso long, and letting our tummy fall towards our thigh. Think about pulling the toes towards your body and pushing through your heel, and you should feel a nice stretch right here. Let's just hold that. Sometimes this is the best part of the workout. Excellent. Let's come up, and of course, we have to do the other leg. So again, taking that leg up, unless the floor feels better to us. Long leg, long torso, taking our tummy to our thigh and just holding right here. Feeling tension. When we stretch, we don't ever want to feel pain, but a nice stretch, a little tension there through the hamstring is okay. Keep breathing through your stretch. Excellent. All right, we're gonna come up. So we just stretched through the back of the legs. Now we're gonna stretch the front part of our legs, still using our chair. So using our chair for balance, we're gonna bring our heel up. As we stay right here behind our chair, let's think about pushing our hip forward and pushing our foot into our hand. So feeling it through the front of the leg, you might even feel it through the hip. That would be okay too. Holding right there. This is kind of your reward for all that good work that you just did. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do the other side, bringing that heel up, keeping the knees close, pushing through the hip, and pushing our foot into our hand, holding right there. Good job. We have one more right here that we're gonna do for the lower body using our chair. So let's take our leg back. Let's think about pressing our heel down towards the floor. We might walk that front leg a little closer, and then we're gonna push our hips forward towards the chair, keeping the heel down. Torso tall. So now we're stretching through that calf. Good job. All right, let's switch sides. Taking that other foot back, pressing the heel down, taking that front leg forward a little more if we need to, letting the hips slide towards the chair and holding there. You can kind of play around with it. If you keep your legs straight, you'll feel one thing. If you put a teeny tiny bend into your knee, you feel that stretch move a little bit. So you can kind of bend and unbend that knee and see what happens. Very good. Come on up. Let's grab our towel. Couple more stretches. So with our towel, let's take that behind our back. And we walk our hands in close together. And let's think about lifting the heart up, sliding the shoulders down, letting the elbows start to pull together like there's magnets on them, and just hold that right there. Taking a few deep breaths, celebrating that your workout's done, making that stretch maybe a little deeper as you take in those big deep breaths. Releasing, and then bringing that towel overhead and just pulling to the side a little bit. Opening up. Good, let's take it to the other side, friends. Excellent. Go ahead and you can put that towel down. And what's really important for you to do now is to give yourselves a hand. You did a great job on your workout. I hope you do it again and it keeps getting funner and you keep counting more repetitions. Keep up the good work.
Great job today. Are you interested in more free fitness videos? Head to your local park to try out the QR Fit Trail system. For more information and to find participating park locations, go to livewellwaco.com/play-well. And be sure to join us next week for another Family Fitness Friday.